Hey, this is Soomin Kim, your Austin real estate agent, and before I take you on another beautiful home tour, I felt it important that we pause a moment. We are headed into the second quarter of 2021 and the market is still hot. There's so many people that still want into Austin. There are those of you out there that still are trying to get in and would like to get in to Austin. So I think it's important that we pause for a moment and we take a quick snapshot and I give you a perspective of what's happening here in the marketplace specifically for new construction. So let me give you a quick market report. Did I just say market? I meant let me give you the real report of what's going down here in the Austin marketplace. Let's go, come on somebody. All right, the question I get asked more than anything is, hey, is the market still hot? Yes, friends, the market is still hot. If Austin was a restaurant, there's still a line out the door, around the corner, and around the next corner, people camping out, and then around the next corner. So it's incredibly hot. But before we get into that, I want to first of all, for those of you that are returning, welcome back to my channel. I love the journey that we're on. I love the connectivity and the communication and community that we have built. I'm so grateful for that communication and that connection with all of you. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Simply put, I am a real estate agent here in the Austin area. I am not someone that was born and raised in Texas, but I've come in with the eyes of a visitor who's relocated himself and his family here, and I've become and have a heart of someone who calls it home now. So one of the things that I'm very passionate about doing is obviously helping any of you that are looking to come in this place because it's something that I experienced and I simply want to bring that passion and that assistance and that service to anyone that wants to do the same. So let's talk about, yes, the market is still hot. There's some things that I want to point out that are happening in contracts right now. So the biggest discrepancies or new things or variables that are happening in builder contracts are lumber escalation clauses. Now, as you might have known, or you might have heard, or you might have seen through the news or reports, is that the lumber cost has been increasingly skyrocketed, right? So from this time last year to now, it's increased by approximately 4x. There's a great meme going around social media that kind of puts it in perspective of what it cost last year to build a deck for your home and what that same deck costs this year. And it gives you a perspective of the bigger picture. That's just a microcosm of the bigger picture of what's happening with all construction. So friends, there are two things and two elements to building a home that are the greatest cost and the greatest variable for a builder. And that is lumber for the framing and the wood of the home, as well as the slab or the concrete. Those two things are costing the builders the most amount of headaches because they keep escalating and they keep changing. So instead of waiting for a home to be built or at least framed to sell, what builders are doing right now is saying, look, we're gonna sell it to you, but we're gonna put in a clause in there that's called an escalation clause. We will lock you in on the base price of a home, but should the cost on our end arise for wood, for framing, or for concrete, possibly, we're going to incur those expenses to you. So every builder's doing it a little bit differently. Some of them will say, look, we'll cover the first X amount percentage, but if it goes over that, we're gonna add that to the contract for you, right? And so just be mindful that there is new escalation clauses that are going into the contracts, but for the most part with my clients, they haven't been too afraid. Right now they feel like, and most builders are feeling the same, that most of that increase has happened already and it's leveled off somewhat. But you want to be known that the new builder contracts now are providing escalation clauses, okay? And so look, the market is still hot enough right now where you can't walk into a builder sales office and open up a menu and say, look, I want this house and I want it here. All right, let me ring you up. That's not how it works and that's not how it's gonna be for a while. So most builders at this point, because the line has gotten so long, as I mentioned, because the demand has gotten so robust, they couldn't think of a better way to do it. So most of them have just gone into a bidding system or they've gone into somewhat of a lottery system. Now let me explain that if you're not aware of that. The bidding system simply means we will release a home or we will release a lot to build a home. Maybe we'll do a few every month and we'll just have everyone place a bid on that. And we will choose and we'll discriminate on who we decide to win that lot or that home. That is bids, okay? And that takes a certain amount of strategy. It's not something that you can just want to just do blindly and just throw a number out there. Obviously, I can help you with that. And there's also a lottery system now, where if you want something that's upcoming, you just have to kind of get into a lottery for it. And they'll choose a winner based upon, I don't know if there's a hat or there's a rolling little, there's a rolling container that has balls in it, but they're gonna pick a winner and they're gonna allow that winner to have the first right of refusal or opportunity to purchase that. So that is what's happening right now. I know it sounds silly, but it's simply, this is a new frontier that we're at, friends. This is a new frontier not only for agents, but it's also for builders. So we're exploring everything, and here's the truth be told. They're all watching each other, right? They're all like, you know, they're all friends and they're over each other's little fences and neighbors. Hey, what are you guys doing that's working? Hey, what are you doing that's working? Oh, well, maybe we'll try that. Has that been successful? So that's why you're seeing trends of people kind of doing the same thing. Now, there's a number of builders out there, and I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, that have not gone to that. They've kept their integrity, and they said, we're simply going to go through the way that we've done it, right? First come, first serve, through a list, and people will still have a chance to, you know, have integrity on those lists. And it's becoming increasingly less and less, but you are still out there. And you still give power to your sales counselors to be able to do their job and not just take orders. And I appreciate that from an agent, and I think my clients do as well. So if that's you, stay strong, keep doing it. But letting most of you know right now, yes, there's a lot of bidding, there's a lot of lottery systems, and you know, you certainly want to get someone that's going to help you kind of comb through all of that and weave through all of that, because it can get confusing and it can get incredibly frustrating. So yes, so what builders are right now are doing is 80% inventory and 20% to be built lots, okay? So essentially this is what it means. There was a time that, yes, the dream was, hey, I want to pick my dirt lot and then I want to go and build a floor plan and then pick out all my finishes and all my structural options, and then I'm going to customize it. And there was a time that there was a lot of that happening here in the new construction Austin market. But lately, there's less and less of that. Here's what happened. A lot of these builders lock these people and individuals and clients and customers into these contracts, right? Because obviously when you get to a contract, you lock in on their price. And as they locked in on their price, as raw materials, specifically with lumber and concrete, they started skyrocketing. Because they were already locked into the contract, they started losing a ton of profit. So builders are essentially spooked. They're spooked to the point where they don't want commitment, right? We have friends like that, right? They don't want commitment. So what they're doing is they're actually saying, we're going to build out these homes for you. And then when they get to a certain stage, we'll feel comfortable enough to sell them to you. That way we'll know exactly what this home is for the most part going to cost us, and we won't incur any surprises. So that is why they are building a lot of inventory homes. Now, don't let the word inventory scare you. Inventory simply means it's still a brand new home. They're just gonna pick out the finishes and pick out the options for you. So a lot of my clients have found that inventory homes do fit their criteria. Yeah, they might have wanted to change maybe the color of a backsplash somewhere, but for the most part, they're done professionally and they're done with very on-trend and on-successful items that are having success in all build-outs, right? So those are inventory homes, and the benefit of an inventory home is simple. The benefit of an inventory home is that they're gonna be done much more sooner than building a brand new home from the dirt, right? And the reason being is because the longest waiting period right now that it's taking is about 3 months for a city to grant a permit for a builder to build a house based upon the paperwork they submit, right, for a build out. So what builders are thinking is, why would we wait for someone to make a decision and then get a permit request and then have to wait another additional 45 to 90 days to get permitted and then start building the house? Let's just permit them now and get it into the process so that it's much quicker, it happens much sooner, we can control and get an idea of what the costs are gonna be because it's happening so much quicker. And here's the truth, they're gonna sell anyways, right? It doesn't matter what's being built, it's gonna sell. So right now there's 80% inventory homes that most builders are doing. There are still builders out there that are still selling and they're still given an opportunity to build a home on a dirt lot, right? Specifically some auctions and some bids, And some builders are opening up new phases, and that's going to provide an opportunity if that's you that wants to have a custom built home, at least the finishes and the structural options and not just an inventory home, that's still available. We just got to look for it, okay? So here's what I want to do. I want to just take the last part of this video and just give you, because here's what I'm feeling as I'm filming this. I'm feeling a lot of frustration, and it's not just you, it's me as well. I want you to know this. Before the Austin market got as crazy as it got, do you see all this right here? That was all black. This is what the market has done to me, okay? So you're not alone. I know it's been frustrating. I know it's been daunting. I know it's gotten from an emotional roller coaster of being so excited to do something to so incredibly anxious, to so incredibly excited, to so incredibly depressed, right? So this is what I'm here for. This is what the channel is here for. This is what I am here for. So if you haven't already, make sure right now before you do anything else that you like and you subscribe to this channel. Everything I put out is timely. Everything I put out is the intention to help someone that takes in the information to have a better experience in being able to accomplish their goals with the Austin marketplace. So before you do anything right now, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that like button for this video. It's going to motivate me to put out this new content, and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted the moment a new video comes out. Because as you can tell, everything's happening really quickly. All right, so here are 5 things that you need to know that will give you a better experience in this process for you. So let's start with number 1. Number 1, manage your expectations. Yes, things have escalated very quickly. What that means is that we're in a very painful period right now where there are those of you that thought the homes were this much, and now a few months later, it's become this much. So the criteria to which you had with your budget at this stage is now something that's a little bit different at this stage, right? So I get calls of people that want, hey, I want a 4-car garage, I want a 3,000 square foot home, I want a separate casita in the back, I want an acre lot, and I would like, if it's not too much to ask, for a gold-plated countertop. And I asked them, what's your budget? They're like, it's $500,000. And look, I don't care whether your budget is $300,000 or $3 million. To me, it's important. It's your budget. But what I want you to do, and I want to do for you, is I want to manage your expectations, right? I want to be truthful in the process so that you can move quickly and effectively and efficiently towards your goal and not kind of be in this area where you're not sure what you can afford or what's possible. I've actually lost clients because they didn't like what I said to them. I told them that that budget was not possible for the criteria to which they look for. And they thought, I didn't like what you said and I'm gone. I don't care. I'm more about truth and managing expectations than I am about just trying to please you, right? So yes, I want to manage your expectations in a truthful place. So how do we know that? Reach out to me. Give me an idea what your criteria is. Give me an idea what your budget is. And I'll be able to really kind of take that and kind of transcribe it into the marketplace today and see how possible that can be for you. So number 1, for a great experience, a better experience, a more successful experience in getting a home in this market, in this area, manage your expectations. Stop looking at the base price and considering that base price to fit into your budget. The base price is in a lot of ways some form of clickbait. I mean, even in the Austin marketplace today, there are billboards out there, there are signs that are like 3 to 4 years old, starting in the low 200s, starting in the high 300s. They just haven't changed the signs. It's changing so much that there's no point to change it and have to change it again. But they are old and they are dated and they are not truthful. In fact, the base prices in a lot of ways aren't truthful. They're just a subjective price that they put there as a quote unquote base price, but it doesn't include a lot premium. It doesn't include your options and upgrades. It doesn't include if you have to bid for it. So these are things that are tricking some of you. Then you're calling me and saying, I want this and this is what I expect. Manage your expectations. Allow me to help you do that. I want to say that in a very respectful way, to allow me to help you manage your expectations so that you can start shopping for things that you know we can get and that we know we can afford, as opposed to having an idea that you will never obtain in this market. Okay? So manage your expectations. The second thing that it's going to help you to have a more successful experience in obtaining a home in this market is that you need to come first, right? If you're choosing to relocate here, and you're doing a lot of Google research, and you're on amazing YouTube channels of amazing agents that are giving you home tours and giving you data and giving you all these things, that's great. Google Maps is great, community websites, builder websites, virtual walkthroughs, all that stuff is great, but it does not replace you actually getting here and getting a lay of the land and saying to yourself, breathing it in, inhaling it in, and saying to yourself, can I see myself living here? Where exactly is that neighborhood that I've been watching online, that I've been seeing the website for? How close is that Costco? Or how close is that area? Or what does that feel like to live there? How close is that school? These are things that you can look on the maps, but you won't get a true feel for until you actually visit. So here's my most successful clients in obtaining a home. Here's what they do. They actually come first. So we need you to come here and visit and scout first, and then let's have some conversation. Now, obviously, we can set it up where you come, and then I can meet with you, and I can spend some time, I can help guide you. But the truth is, think coming here first, and then validating it, and then doing more research afterwards. Because here's what that's going to do for you. Because if most of you are honest, you will not make a decision and you will not make a commitment to purchase a home unless you've seen it or unless you've seen the area. Now, that doesn't mean I haven't done mobile closings or mobile sales transactions before. I've sold a few homes on FaceTime, and that's just the market for what it is. But, they were comfortable with it, and I did my very best to provide that documentation, provide those videos, and provide all of that layout for them so that they can feel comfortable doing that. But for most of you, you need to be here. So instead of waiting to find something or hear about something and then trying to book something to come, you need to be here first. So those of you that have come first, you've already validated the areas, you've already gotten a priority of what will work for you and what areas will work for you, so that if you don't nail it here and you end up going back, now you're lock and loaded. You're lock and loaded with an idea of what you're looking for and what you saw and what's gonna work for you. So now all we have to do is wait. The moment something falls into that criteria, you're able to make a commitment and you're able to make a deposit because you are confident enough to do that, having already been here and having already kind of committed yourself physically to seeing this Austin area and what would work for you and your family or whoever, right? So come first, get here first as soon as you can. I have so many people that say, hey, if you find me something, maybe I'll check it out in a couple of months. I'm like, what you'll check out in a couple months, what you'll check out in even a month, what you'll check out in 2 weeks is not what's happening and available right now, okay? So make sure you scout and make sure you plan a trip, if you're serious, to come as soon as you can. Number 3, expand your criteria, expand your areas. If you're simply looking at one specific area in a city, in this specific community or a specific home, then that's going to give you a smaller percentage of what's going to be possible for you to obtain a home. But if you're like, Soomin, I wanted to be in Pflugerville, but now I'm expanding my search to maybe Hutto right above it, then that's going to give you a wider search. Soomin, I wanted this Round Rock and this Cedar Park area, but now I'm expanding to Leander. Soomin, I wanted this Bee Cave area, this Belterra, but I'm going to expand it over to the Lakeway. The more you choose to expand, the greater your chances of finding a home. So if you're stuck and you've pigeonholed yourself to something, just know that you're playing percentages, okay? Now I understand that there's non-negotiables. For some of you, the non-negotiable is where the direction that your home faces, right? Some of the non-negotiables could be, I need to be near this area because my father lives there, right? Or whatever, there are non-negotiables. I'm not asking you to compromise on those, but what I am saying is if you choose to expand your criteria, maybe I was only looking at single-story homes, but you know what, Soomin? We're open to a 2-story home. Maybe we're only looking at a home that has 2 bedrooms downstairs, but maybe you're opening up to ones that maybe have all the bedrooms upstairs and just a master downstairs. I don't know what that is for you, but if you choose to expand it, you will see a new area and a new world open up. And that's what a lot of clients that have been successful have done. They've expanded their criteria, and as they become successful in finding a wonderful home that's going to work for them. All right. So number 3, expand your criteria. Number 4, make quick decisions. Whether it is on the resale market, whether it's on the new construction market, the success that I've had with my clients is they have made quick and definitive decisions. And here's the truth though. Most of those have come from not making a decision before and lost out on something. Most of that has come as not heeding my advice on some things and just kind of feeling it out for themselves. And then once you get your heart broken once you choose that 2 or 3 days waiting to think about it, which isn't wrong. You can think about all you want, but I'm just saying it's moving quickly enough where if it's close, make a quick decision, right? People have gotten their hearts broken, and then the next time it comes around, they do not hesitate. So if you want to maybe get wisdom from those that had their hearts broken, make a quick decision. I'm not saying to make a hasty one, but we do need to make a quick one, because what's available in the morning at 10 a.m. is actually not available at 12:30, afternoon. That's just the way the market is, right? So if those of you that have made quick decisions, and there's many of you out there, and I text you and I congratulate you often about how much market equity your home has already accrued because of the quick decisions that you made, you know what that's like, right? So make quick decisions, or get yourself in a position to, like visiting first and scouting first and getting all these criteria in place, to be able to make a quick decision when that opportunity comes. Those that make quick decisions have really benefited in this marketplace. Number 5, and I'll end with this, is commit to representation. Okay? Because the market has been crazy, there's been a lot of foolish things that have been happening in the area of real estate agents, right? Commit to representation. Here's what I mean by that. There are some of you that are right now being inundated with what I call discount or bargain or Walmart brokers, right? Or Walmart agents, right? What I mean by that, they're just discount agents. They're trying to pick you off out there that are looking for homes and saying, look, if you just have me sign for you and maybe do this deal for you, I'll kick back to you some money, right? But why would you even play that game? This is, for most of you, for many of you, the biggest financial decision that you're gonna make, and you want to put in the hands of someone that's choosing to kick back some money so they can sign some papers on closing day without actually guiding you, supporting you, advising you on this entire process. Friends, let me say this, and I'll say this very clearly. There is not one build of a home that has been perfect. There are always problems, and there will always be issues, straight up. If you do not have representation that is monitoring the contract, monitoring with the builders, is that it is not on that for you throughout the entire months that it's going to complete walking the site for you, making sure that things are suffice and that as they should be, then you are gambling, my friends. Okay? You need representation that is going to not just find you a home, but help you and hold your hand and keep the builder accountable through the entire process. And some of you are sacrificing all of that because someone's trying to slang you back some money, right? And so I wouldn't mess with that. In fact, most of my clients that I've found homes for, not going to say most, a lot of my clients that I've found homes for started that way. And they said, Soomin, I regret going that way and getting, inundated with someone like that. I need real representation, right? So if that's you, stop playing those games. Even if it's not me, even though it should be, even if it's not me, find someone that you can commit to. There's some of you out there like playing 4 or 5 different representation or agents, right? Hey, I have this person help me, that person help me, that person. Look, you're essentially getting 10 to 20% of 5 different people. That's not effective. You'd rather get 100% from someone and one person committed to your goal. If you get 10% of 5 or 6 different people, you're just gonna get a couple updates or emails or things forwarded to you once in a while, but they're not committed, and you're not gonna get the right commitment from anyone if they're not committed to, right? So all that being said is obviously you wanna find someone who specializes in what you're looking for, right? Obviously you wanna find someone that has relationships and is well connected in the builder community. But all that being said is just commit to representation and commit to the process of finding a home together. Stop playing these discount brokers and agents. Stop playing these little people that are gonna offer you little kickbacks just to show up on closing day to sign some papers for you. Stop playing the game of working with 4 or 5 different ones and having this little, almost like a bachelor rose moment when you finally commit to one of them. Just commit to one and go for it. The amount of time that you're wasting playing these games, you're actually losing in market pricing, right? The longer you wait, the longer you play these games, you're actually losing that in the amount of value and home price that's skyrocketing. So commit to representation and go from there. So with that being said, 5 things again: manage your expectations, okay? Come first, scout this area first, as soon as you can if you're serious. Number 3, expand your criteria in the areas that you're looking for. Number 4, make quick decisions. And number 5, commit to representation. There's so much happening in the marketplace, friends. I love the journey that we're on. I'm so passionate. I actually get up with excitement, sometimes a little bit of stress, but a ton of excitement because I can't wait to help you to find a home here and experience what I and my family have experienced from making that decision to coming here. Austin is beautiful. I'm so passionate about it. I had the chance to see all of it, south, north, east, west, and there's something beautiful about every area of Austin. So with that being said, let's get to work. There's so much going on. Let's get to work. Look forward to connecting with you. I am going to put all of my information right up here. And you'll notice I actually updated my email. I felt like my brokerage email is a little bit long. I wanted to update it, but you can get a hold of me. All my information is right here. Do not hesitate to reach out. If you are in a place where you're serious and you want to get this done, let me manage your expectations. Let me help you scout this area. Let me help you expand your criteria. Let me help you make quick decisions, and let me represent you and really commit to you 100% to make this happen. It's been so fun having so much success with so many of you and these stories that are being written. It is so exciting, and I can't wait for the next one. So with that being said, I will see you on the next video. Let's go!